Welcome, everybody, to Advantage in Paradise, our new campaign, Adrift in Aldhalor. Normally, I would be inviting Shannon on right now to list all of our partners and to talk a little bit about them. But Shannon is on her way home from the airport right now, I presume, from her Disney trip. So we're going to wait until she gets here. We're just going to sit here and wait. Just me.
Oh no.
Until Shannon gets here. No. No, we are going to
That's a good
we're
plan.
gonna save the partner announcements until Shannon gets back. Just to make sure we have the consistent copy being said and not off the top of our random heads here. Because we can't do anything without Shannon, it seems. But let's see if they can survive without Shannon tonight. As we're just gonna jump right into things tonight.
Oh, no recap?
No, I meant to jump directly into the recap.
Oh.
Let's bring you guys back onto the screen. All right. Last we left off, on the 6th day of Maravala, the forest dawn on a Stursdag, our new band of adventurers made their way up the northwest road out of the city of Hyven. The trio, Jacquette, Fearn, and Saskia, agreed to a contract with Septimus to take care of a raccoon problem on his homestead. Though these were no ordinary raccoons, according to him and Bruce, these critters are much larger and infused with elemental magics, and thus more dangerous. After some travel, the new companions stopped at a local marketplace called Fairholt. A rather welcoming and peaceful community. Rather welcoming and peaceful community gathering space where they trade, eat, and enjoy each other's company. Here, the party can restock up on what they need and enjoy some rest and entertainment. Between Sass attempting to trade newt's eyes for apples, Bruce and Jacquette trying new spiced duck dinners, and Fearn receiving a gift from the famous bard Fiora Bendega, one could easily call this a successful evening on the road. Fearn even received a lead on how to connect with the somewhat underground organization known as the Aradunai. The party continued traveling the next day, but Septimus needed to make a quick detour. By a circlet of ruins, he found a mound of foliage concealing something underneath. As he cleaned off the mound, suddenly an automaton rose from the branches. Compact torso with long and thin metallic limbs and a blue-eyed head stood roughly 7 feet tall. Just gonna turn the music down just a hair.
Sorry, we'll switch it up to something a little more subdued. I didn't realize it was going to get that exciting.
It is the tavern section of the of the music.
Thanks for reminding me.
It's okay. It was pretty fun. But nevertheless, they found a compact torso with long and thin metallic limbs and a blue-eyed head standing roughly 7 feet tall. Septimus introduced Sal, his robotic companion, to the party. Most of them simply welcomed the automaton, but Fearn maintained skepticism and suspicion towards the mech. One could even say he was afraid of the creature. After recovering this friend, the companions finally arrived just outside their destination. But they found the road blocked by detritus and a fiery elemental raccoon with its own companions. A fight ensued, leaving nothing of the raccoons but their elemental cores. After some disagreement over what to do with these hearts, the party moved on to carefully approach Septimus's homestead. As they passed through, Sal found a poorly scrawled sign reading Raccoon Town and gave it to Septimus. This is where we left off. So the 5 of you are had just passed through the barricade created by the raccoons. There is still quite a ways up the road until Septimus's house. I believe I said last week there's at least 20 or so minutes until you get 20 or so minute hike until you get to Homestead. It is mid-afternoon, a warm day. If it wasn't for all the fighting, it would actually be quite pleasant. But some of you are a bit scraped up from that fight. What would you all like to do?
I'm sorry, Septimus. After looking at the sign, or having looked at the sign.
I still do not understand this. They're capable of language?
Let alone common. I don't know. Maybe it's something to do with the shaman raccoon. Or whatever force you want to call that's controlling the raccoons. Or giving them their ability to...
Maybe there's an evil wizard that's concocted this whole thing. In most adventures, there seems to be some kind of, leader, usually a humanoid, that orchestrates everything.
I think in this case we have the leader is probably just the spirits of the land. Clearly, these two have been messing with the spirits, maybe concocting some experiments with that machine guy over there, and now, the spirits of the land are fighting back.
Seems a little judgmental, but a plausible explanation.
All I'm saying is we were paid to do a job, and this seems to be getting more complicated than what we originally came out for.
No, they asked us to kill the raccoons.
That is
and that's
absolutely
what we'll do.
untrue. I told you exactly what you would be fighting.
He's right.
And you kind of also accepted the contract without really reading it, so...
I didn't sign anything.
Well, you're not getting paid, so I don't know why you're here.
Regardless, a couple of you look a little hurt. Why don't we...
Yes,
rest for quite a
Saskia
minute?
would advocate for a rest. I was going to do a voice for her, and I don't feel confident in even attempting.
Sass doesn't even say anything. Sass just sits down under a tree, tips her hat down as soon as even the slightest hint of rest is mentioned.
I'm gonna walk over to Gloveless and, just basically say, I don't like the looks of this things. It seems like that Bruce fellow is a little bit he's getting on my nerves. You sure we're getting paid for this, right?
Yes, we're gonna get paid for this. Don't worry about that. But also understand that I'm sure you're getting on their nerves. You're mistrustful of Septimus's automaton companion. Don't judge. If the man likes the machine, he likes the machine. I'm not, But their silver is good. I'm sure for it.
I just know that the elements are not to be trifled with. There's great power there, and I'm only trying to warn them of what they're getting themselves into.
Sure, but don't you think it's a little rude to presume that they're in the wrong? Maybe these elements have been disturbed by something else, and Septimus's homestead was just the first thing in their path. We shouldn't jump to any kind of conclusions.
I lower my voice and I say, I may not have any evidence, but last night on watch, I was looking at that automaton while it was deactivated, and I could tell that there was some sort of elemental energy coming from within.
Okay, and?
And that's as close to evidence as I can get.
So maybe it runs on elemental magic. I don't think that's necessarily enough to assume that's why these racoons are attacking.
I guess so.
I understand your where you're coming from. When we get to the homestead, maybe we'll find out more. Until then, we do have a job to do, and that 70 silver will probably help Saskia the most.
Okay. So, you're all taking a short rest?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. All right, so go ahead and do your hit dice if you'd like to. Feel free to do Sass's hit dice, Stefan.
So I actually don't have the ability to do that because I am just a player in the campaign.
I'm just a girl.
I'll do it then.
Thank you.
Where is
Max
it?
heal.
Yep.
Well, that did not automatically do it. Roll it in real life. Oh boy. Ask got 8 hit points back.
And I believe she would no longer be poisoned. Is that correct?
Sorry, I'm just 1 second. I'm giving her a little more by rolling all of her hit dice. Get her max.
Nice.
Yes. Will no longer be poisoned. Okay. So, you take this short rest, and it might be, some of you might be relaxing a little bit more easily than others, but there is just sort of this tension in the air anytime a squirrel scrambles through a tree, or a leaf falls in the wrong way, or a stick cracks, because anything could be one of these creatures. Now that you've experienced them, now that Jacquet has finally seen what a raccoon is, or a small panda, as he was told they look like. But generally speaking, the hour goes by without any disturbance. There's no raccoon brigade scouting out to see what happened of their companions. It seems perhaps if Raccoon Town is as fortified as it seems, they are turtling up potentially. So, now that you've rested and the day can continue, how would you like to approach this? Would you like to discuss a plan?
All right, I think we should discuss a plan.
Yes.
Let me at least
That's
give
a-
you the layout of the land. That's
That's
there.
a good idea, Septimus.
I'd say that's...
Can you
The
draw
homestead
this
is-
in the dirt?
Yeah, sure. I'll pick up a
Jacques
stick.
will give you a stick and be like, draw it, please. I'm a
I'll draw-
visual learner.
I'll start drawing a path. It's like, say it's about half a mile or so until we get to the actual homestead. You see the farmhouse itself. It's about 2 floors. It's immediately here. To the side of it is connected is my workshop, which is a little bit behind from the main trail that is there. From what I can understand, that is the most... that is still protected. It's where, looking to Bruce and I held up for a few days when we were caught by the storm. And then behind here, maybe another 100 feet or so, is just an old shed that I keep loose debris and scrap. That's where they built their nest.
So the shed where you said the scrap that we could use to lure out the raccoons is where their nest is?
Where most of it is, there is small piece that I have kept in my workshop.
Okay, and your workshop is by the house. And
Correct.
you are sure that you don't want to maybe use Sal as bait?
Completely.
Okay, just wanted to make sure we were clear on it. All right. So if that's the case, one of us should probably be the bait, yes?
I wasn't going to offer that, but if you are willing.
Well, I think our friend here, Jacquet says as he pats Feared on the shoulder, would be more than willing to see his elemental friends up close and personal, aren't you?
I'm not really good at sneaking around. If I'm going in, I better have backup.
Of course. Myself and Saskia and... Yeah, he gives a side eye to Bruce and then looks at Septimus, and maybe Septimus will assist. Septimus, you don't have to, after all, you are the client. But you looked mighty fine with that hammer in hand.
I'm not gonna be taken down by a bunch of furballs, that's for sure. But I don't know their numbers.
Right. And that's what I'm hoping we can find out by luring them out with the scrap in the workshop.
I've got a few techniques I can use to keep myself in the fight for long, but I'm gonna need to. If I'm gonna be a bait, we've got to lay some sort of trap.
I've got an idea. If we get to a clearing or some sort of brush, I can kind of stay behind. I can, I don't know, create an image of Salvatore that just kind of goes out in the open. Maybe it'll attract something. Maybe. I don't know how smart these creatures are, so.
Smart enough to write on a board.
Yeah, so probably smart enough to see through this shit, but.
It's worth a shot. Better than putting my
you
neck
had...
on the line.
What about that, the bear trap you have? Don't you have anything like that you could use?
Yeah, but I gotta set it up. That's for being ambushed, not ambushing. I'm not really. Yeah.
You don't have anything like that?
You have any weapons or anything inside of that warehouse, storage, workhouse?
Unfortunately not. Like I said, I'm the most adept fighter.
Okay, well, maybe we approach cautiously and slowly. I can scout ahead, see if there's any outside, and we can go from there. Sound good?
If you're gonna go first, I should use some magic on you to keep you safe, just in case you get caught.
Oh, please, you flatter me. I would never get caught, though. But he'll accept whatever you're willing to give.
All right. We should wait until the last minute. It doesn't last very long.
Okay, that's fair.
I can assist as well.
Oh, 2 spells for the price of 1? I'm too lucky.
Okay, so remind me of this plan. So as you get closer, Jacquet is going to sneak ahead.
Scout ahead.
Mm-hmm.
See where they are. And then we'll actually make the plan.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you want to get you want to get through the road towards the edge of the forest where you can actually see the property.
Yes.
And see if you can identify
Right.
how many of them there are.
Yes,
Okay.
how many there are, and mostly if the workshop is available to get to.
Perfect. Okay. Are you guys sneaking through the forest or just going kind of moving slowly?
Jacquet is sneaking.
Okay. Anyone who would like to make a stealth roll can.
I'll roll it with disadvantage.
That's a natural 20 for a 28.
Whoa.
Ooh.
I would suppose
I'm gonna
we'd
say-
be like far enough back where I would think that we wouldn't need to sneak, but still keep
What I'm
him-
saying is if you want to, just if you are on, could be raccoons in the trees. You never know.
That's true. But no.
I'll say Sass would probably, seeing Jacquet start sneaking, she'd be like, oh, I should sneak too.
Yeah, that sounds about right. I'll roll a stealth check. for her.
After she followed me last time.
Oh, Sass actually has pretty decent. Oh, not with a nat 1.
Oh no.
I did
Different
better
sides of the
than her.
spectrum.
Yep. Nat 20 and a nat 1. Fearin, what did you get?
A 7.
Nice. Did anyone else roll stealth, or is Bruce and Septimus kind of staying back while they?
They don't even
Well,
care.
I'm not staying. I'm staying back, but I am still stealthing. Like I would be with Bruce.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Septimus.
I imagine that Jacquette is going ahead of everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we have a nat 1 and a 7, and then you have a 28 on your own, and then 2 non-stealthers. All right, Jacquette, as you approach, I imagine, like, as you're walking the half mile or so, eventually you just start to walk faster and rush ahead of everyone else while they hang back and walk a little slower. The tree line clears out to what looks like a traditional farm. There are fields that don't really have a lot in them, but they also don't really look like they've been harvested heavily. It looks as though Septimus probably only grows enough for himself. You can see there are other buildings on the property besides the main one, but most of them are fairly run down, as it seems Septimus probably stays close to the central area in his workshop. But as you get closer, you would kind of come up to the edge of the forest where you're still hidden, and you can see kind of just past the kind of property fence line, you can see the homestead itself. The first thing you notice is that the entire wall that's facing you on the second story is blown out, and the wood is charred all around it. And there is the grounds all around it are tore up, as if many creatures have been rushing to and fro. There's a few smoldering piles all over the place. They don't look like there's like a large mass within them. It looks more like the raccoons may have just been burning stuff. And you can see that there is a small fence that has an opening to the right that leads into the backyard area, where you can imagine the shed that Septimus mentioned is, where he found the raccoons originally. And then just beyond the house is the workshop that he mentioned, which is still attached to the house. It's just slightly off from the back, or from the opposite side you're approaching from. You can give me a perception check to look for raccoons.
And sorry, you said I'm on the opposite side of the house from the workshop?
So with the road, when the road comes up to the opening in the fences to the farm, like the entrance to the farm, on the right is the house.
Okay.
And the workshop is on the opposite side of the house from your approach.
Oh, so it's okay. It's on the far side.
The far side, thank you. That's what, yeah.
Okay.
It's on the far side. Exactly. And
Bang
Jacquette
furball.
is immediately caught.
Oh, I thought I muted. That is a dirty 20 for perception.
Okay. You definitely notice some raccoons. They are not that great at hiding. But you can basically see, you can identify that there are at least, you can hear them mostly, you can't really see them. There are at least 2 or 3 of them inside the house. And you can hear them scurrying around in there, scratching around, making little noises. You notice one is right outside in the front. He seems, for lack of a better way to put it, to be the watch. As there's just one raccoon sitting in front of the door into the main house. not the doors that lead into the workshop, the doors that lead into the house itself. The workshop looks clear. It's just there is one raccoon kind of in the front yard that's keeping an eye out. It looks like. And then you got a dirty 20, so I'll say you also can hear beyond the house in the backyard area where you know the shed to be, is just loud noises like banging, a lot of banging, as if someone were to like hitting like metal with pipes or wood, and there's just the sounds, a cacophony of noises from the backyard.
Okay. So with that, Jacquet's going to return to the group and go, okay, so it sounds like they are up to something. I'm sure nefarious, no good, like raccoons do. In the backyard, loud banging, like pipes on metal. The workshop seems like we could probably sneak in there, but there is one raccoon out front, kind of like keeping watch, I guess. And there's a few more within the house itself. My thinking is we lure the guard out front and dispatch him as quickly and quietly as possible. Then we get into the workshop, get the scrap, and try to bring out the few that are inside the house. And then maybe after that we'll figure out what's happening in the backyard.
That seems straightforward enough. That's a good plan.
What happens if the guard runs away? Do we go for the warehouse?
Well, I would assume, depending on which way he goes, he would be going to get help. Bruce, you said that you might have a spell that could potentially lure him out?
Yeah, maybe. We could try it out. Sure.
My thought is, if we can just get him to the edge of the property, far enough away, where we can stealthily take him out, all gang up on him at once, beat the snot out of him. Make sense? Do you think that would work?
Yeah, just gotta get to the line of the clearing.
What kind of range would you say you have on this spell?
Well, considering I can't see very far, not too far.
Who needs to see when you have magic? Doesn't matter. That's fair. Let's see what
maybe
we
like
can do.
5 feet out from the brush.
By the gods, man. What kind of suboptimal character are you? All right. So that's my plan. Maybe it's not brilliant, it's not super flashy, but I mean, we're dealing with fucking elemental raccoons. I don't think that they're super smart. I'm just more worried that there's a lot of them in the back, and they're making like some kind of mech thing. I don't know. Have you ever heard of mechs?
No.
You literally look right at Sal standing there.
That's right.
But, actually,
yes.
Speaking of which, Sal, in this endeavor, stay in the clearing here. Try to conceal yourself. And if something goes wrong and you're attacked, come find me.
You see, he just trots off and he stands behind a tree and then kind of looks out from behind it at you. As if he were to be saying, "Am I hidden enough?"
Why did you bring Sal along, Septimus? Can he help us in some way?
Not that I know of. He's not much of a fighter himself.
Oh, all right. Well, it
Well, they
looks like...
say. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna make a quip about how they say circumstance makes us all what we need to be.
Well, I think we have a good plan so far. Let's
Do you-
try to
do
stick with
you-
it.
Did you want me to go and take out that one raccoon? If I come in from the opposite side, maybe you can bring him around the corner for me?
That's not bad. I thought it best if we tried to lure him away. So, once he's, maybe like 60 feet away from the house, we can all gang up on him so he can't get there within one round of movement.
Okay. If you think you can accomplish this, I'm willing to give it a shot.
Have faith, my friends. Anything is possible with positive thinking.
All right, so I'm gonna head out with him, and I'm gonna try and stay like 60 feet. Once I hit like that 60-foot mark that he's talking about, I'm gonna find a good hiding space and wait for ambush.
Okay.
Yeah, and
All
I
right.
think Jacques was kind of bringing everyone up here so that we can all, like, the idea is that we all gang up on him at once so that this raccoon won't know what hit him.
Makes sense. All right, then I imagine you all are stealthing now.
Yes,
Right.
Sure.
Okay.
Yes.
Get stealth rolls.
please.
Sure. Oh boy.
Honestly, you guys failing stealth also gets what we want, which is hopefully to have the raccoon investigate.
That's true.
That is fair.
All right, so what are our stealth rolls? Jaquette, what'd you get?
17.
Nice. Sass
Thanks.
got a 13. Bruce, you got a
I got a 5.
hell yeah. Fearn
11, which is pretty good.
and Septimus.
7.
Okay. All right. All right. So, Jaquette, I'm going
Yes.
to give you an opportunity to be hidden while everyone else is not.
Thank you.
Because you are the only one who succeeded.
Makes sense.
So, what I imagine is, Jaquette, you just kind of were instinctually keeping yourself a little bit separated from everyone else so that you could quickly fall back into a tree line or a bush or something. But it's mainly, I mean, well, you all are heard, but I'll say it's mainly Bruce and Septimus who give you all away. Fearn, you actually feel fairly confident as you're going through because that's a pretty good roll for a disadvantaged fighter. And you kind of get to the tree line and you start to move forward very slowly up to the larger fence line to try to get a closer look to see the raccoon. And it's as you get up to this fence line that you kind of see the raccoon's head peek up. And that's at the exact same time that Bruce and Septimus kind of step up to the forest line and are pretty much not hidden at all. It's not that they don't think they're hidden, because they are like basically doing exactly what Sal did. They're standing behind a tree, but they're looking out from the tree in a way that is really, really showcasing them.
I think Bruce is more like just behind Septimus. Like, what are we doing? Where are we going?
that makes perfect sense, actually. Especially because Bruce kind of needs to follow Septimus along because it's hard for him to see where he's going.
The blind man.
But basically, this raccoon turns and looks and sees a big horned tiefling looking from behind a fence, and then behind him is a big, tall cleric looking behind a fence, and a short little kobold from behind him. As he has spotted all of you, even if you do kind of pull yourselves back, he has spotted you. What would you all like to do? Jacquet, you believe he has not seen you.
Damn.
I'm gonna stand up out of the bush, and I'm gonna hold my hands up in the air like this.
Okay. That's what you're gonna do. That's your action. The two of you, what are your actions? I'm gonna give everyone an action here, basically.
I'm just gonna watch what unfolds here, just still behind the tree, not poking my head out again. But I imagine since we're like kind of parallel, I could just see him with his hands up, looking towards the raccoon. So I'm gonna gauge what to do next based off of Fearon's next move. If like he jumps in or like starts running away or something.
There's a fence in front of me, right?
Yes, you're on like the edge of the fence where like there's a gate that's open right now, like a farm gate.
Okay, so it's hop overable.
100%.
I think I'm gonna slowly like lift one leg, like while my hands are still up in the air, to like step over the fence and just see if I get a reaction out of this thing. And I kind of just have like a concerned look on my face, like I'm not like trying to be scary or anything like that.
Absolutely. Jacquet, are you just gonna watch and see what happens, or are you gonna do something?
How far away am I from this raccoon?
So if you're in the tree line, kind of just behind all of them, then I would say you're probably about like 70 feet back.
Okay. I'm gonna try to sneak up towards the raccoon within 30 feet. And as I'm doing that, should the raccoon turn around and head away, I'm going to cast a spell on it.
I'm kind of thinking the same way. Like, if the raccoon starts to run, I'm gonna attack it.
Okay, Jacquet, give me another stealth roll to sneak up from the forest line to get within that range while it's distracted by Fearn.
27.
Okay.
I'm maybe pulling some snacks out of my pocket and like holding it out, like.
Okay. Fearn, give me a persuasion roll. Because the raccoon, now that you're kind of like over the fence, Fearn, you do notice that the raccoon is like slowly moving forward in that way of like a nervous animal does when someone is holding food out, where they move up like 5 feet and then back 3 feet, up 5 feet, back 3 feet. And you can notice every time it steps on the ground, you see the mud on the ground freezes. As there is this, now you can start to see this light kind of cold mist around this raccoon, and there's a little point of blue light at the pupils of its eyes as it is crawling forward. You can pretty easily tell this raccoon is infused with elemental frost. But what was your persuasion roll?
I got a 13.
Okay. This thing 100% is walking up to you. He keeps doing the 5 feet forward, 3 feet back, and then 10 feet forward, 5 feet back, until he's about 30 feet away from you. Or we'll say 20 feet away from you. And Jacquet, this is around the time that you get up to the fence line and you're hidden behind it. You can kind of see through the holes in the fence. You can see you can see Fearn there, holding some rations out as this creature is coming towards him. It's 20 feet away from him right now, 30 feet from you.
At this point, I put the food that I have on the ground and I back up maybe like 10 feet to see if I can get it to move like the next, couple of feet. Like it's a final push essentially. And as I back up, I'm going to cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Mm-hmm.
Which basically surrounds my body with a magical force that we've previously said is kind of like frost.
Absolutely.
So he's slow, like, usually it's undetectable unless like I reveal it. So you start seeing just like cold air wrap around my skin and like just basically similar to like its own element. I figure maybe it could realize that we kind of have something in common.
Give me an animal handling check with advantage.
Oh shit. 14.
Okay. As you put the food down and take that step back and infuse yourself with frost elemental magic, the raccoon skitters up much faster now, and it is not, and it picks up the food and it starts to gnawing on the edges of it, just slowly like tasting its food, and then it kind of looks up at you, licks its lips all around, and then just kind of goes back to eating, and it seems non-threatening entirely. In this moment,
Jacquet's
at
got
least.
like a dagger in one hand and a hand crossbow in the other, and he's like, I'm conflicted. It almost looks cute.
Can I go for a pet?
You may certainly try. Go ahead and give me
Go-
another animal handling check, and with
I'm
advantage
slowly
still.
going for a pet, which may turn into a strangle depending on what this thing's reaction is.
Just as a reminder too, this is not like a little like 10-pound raccoon. This is like a 60-pound large dog-sized raccoon.
I've wrestled sharks before. It's fine.
That's true. You have wrestled sharks.
Got stuck, which is very sad because it was almost a 19. It's an 8.
Okay. Let me see what this thing's. Well, this thing, it's your somewhat lucky day. This thing doesn't really know how to read your approach, so it does kind of freeze more so than it like fawns or even runs away. It just sort of like, as your hand goes and touches its head, it freezes in place, and you can feel kind of like the elemental cold magic of your armor of Agathis kind of meld with the almost armor of Agathis that it has for a moment, and there is a sort of a gentle hum you can feel on your hand as the elemental magic is bursting from this raccoon, as it does freeze in this moment, but it does not attack you. And the longer you stay with it in this place, and now that the cold of your elemental armor is connected with it, it slowly unfreezes and shakes its head, and it crawls up on your arm and just looks up at you.
Wait, so the cold elemental energy it had is gone?
No. The cold elemental energy is still on it, but it's almost like not fused, but connected with yours.
Like before it was on alert, and now it's kind of just like back to like normal raccoon.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I keep petting and I feed it some more. It's like,
Do I see this?
I like this little
Yes,
guy.
yes, Septimus, you absolutely do see this.
I try to whisper to him. I was like, kill it.
And then I'm not whispering, but I'm like shaking, like with I'm holding the raccoon with one hand, and I'm like holding like my hand up with the other hand and being like, no. And I just like scratch it, and I'm like feeding it more.
Jacquet will now hop the fence and start heading towards the workshop.
Okay.
Because as far as he's concerned, this raccoon is subdued, or Fearn will subdue it once it turns aggressive.
Yeah, you absolutely can. Are you just taking a beeline for it, or are you still going kind of quietly?
I'm going stealthily.
All right, give me another stealth check.
Another one. 18.
Okay. So you start to move through the front yard as Fearn has subdued the watch raccoon with charm and snacks, and you kind of like are moving underneath the window line of the house as you can hear the two raccoons inside kind of messing around. You can hear one of them; they're like smashing glass in there. It sounds like, Like they're probably smashing jars trying to find the food inside of them. And you make it to the workshop with the double doors in the front. And you hear the glass stop shattering inside. So you have made it to the double doors, but the ruckus inside has stopped as soon as you get there.
All right. I'm going to wait a moment to see if anything else happens inside.
Give me a perception check.
15.
15. Okay. You can hear one of the raccoons is crawling towards the window closest to you. You can hear like little scratches as it's coming towards, not right on top of you, but maybe 5 feet away.
All right. I'm going to have my rapier and my hand crossbow. I'm up against the wall waiting. If it comes out, I'm going to attack it. Or basically, if it sees me, I'm going to attack it.
Okay. So you watch as you start to hear it sniffing by the window. And you're 5 feet from the window. I imagine leaning against the wall of the house, maybe crouched down. You're 5 feet, and the other side away from you is the double doors leading into the workshop. And you first see its snoot come out of the window. And then you notice that snoot though is ethereal, and transparent and glowing purple, a somewhat pinkish purple. Then you can see the head come out, and it's shaking very fast, and its eyes glow a very bright pink as it's looking around. It doesn't seem to see you, but it's looking right at Fearn, playing with the other raccoon.
All right. I am going to slip into the workshop.
Okay. Easy enough to do. This raccoon, it didn't roll high enough to find you, and it is distracted by this stranger playing with one of its comrades. You slip inside of... Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You can finish that. What you're telling him.
Just mainly, you slip inside of the workshop, and you look around, and you can just see kind of a mismatch of materials, tools, and scrap metal in the back side of the room. This is the only part of the building that's somewhat reinforced. Everything else is a wood framed house. This has got some stone to it, and there's just one window in the back wall that looks out to the backyard, kind of like that upper cellar window style.
Okay. Gonna look for any scrap, the metal that looks like Salvatore.
Give me an investigation check. While you're doing that, Septimus and Bruce, is there anything you would like to do? Basically, you just saw Fearn has befriended a frost raccoon. Another raccoon is peeking outside of the window and staring at Fearn, growling.
Yes.
And Jacquette has made it into the workshop.
While this is all happening, Septimus is still kind of behind the tree, trying to make himself as little seen as possible. Says to Bruce, "What am I paying him for if he's not going to kill the damn thing? Is there anything inside your bag that's have a container of some sort, a cage? Because if he's not going to kill it, then maybe we could trap it."
I've got a bird cage. That work?
Is it enchanted? Because
No,
I'm sure that this volatile animal could break right free of it.
We could still try, What I can't see. What is he playing with?
The damn raccoon. The raccoons that I hired them to kill.
But what type of element are we dealing with?
Would I be able to tell from the distance or no?
Yes. I mean,
Okay, okay.
you would be able to tell that it is frost.
I would relay that. It seems like it's emitting some sort of radiant coldness. So, frost infusion. Yep. Whatever you have, at least we can attempt.
All right, I guess. How do we get it in the bird cage? Is another question.
I don't know. I just give it to me.
Oh, here you go.
As I hold it, trying to get Fearon's attention. And see what he do, how he reacts.
I'm kind of like looking over my shoulder and seeing that, and I'm gonna try and talk to the raccoon as I'm slowly like backing up with it like in my arms.
Okay.
Hello, little guy. Can you understand me?
And it does look you in the eyes.
If you want to be my friend, squeak twice.
It like wiggles and crawls out of your hands, and its head drops into your bag, and it starts to scrounge around for more snacks.
I pick up my bag and I with him in it, and I toss the whole thing at Septimus.
Septimus.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right, Septimus.
I get closer with it first.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not like,
hucking it
from
10 feet.
downtown.
Yeah. No, you're backing up. It's as you're backing up, all this is happening. Yes. So I'm going to say you can get close enough to Septimus where this isn't an absolute insane toss of the bag, where Septimus, you kind of like he's coming towards you. You can see the raccoon's head is deep in the bag, and it is scrounging for food. If you can open up the cage and you guys can try to shove it in there.
I do that.
I guess I will make that attempt.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you guys roll anything because the raccoon is properly docile because of Fearon's efforts, and it's more so going to be the raccoon's immediate attempt to break out that I'm going to roll, because it is unhappy as soon as it is contained like that.
Is there any way we can contest this, or?
I mean, you can go ahead and give me a strength check just to like keep it in there long enough to get the door closed. Like you can do an athletics or an acrobatics check. Like
20,
a grapple.
23.
Yeah. No, this thing it rolled an 11. As it is it's in there. You close the bird cage door. It takes up a lot of space in this bird cage. It's basically filling the whole bird cage. And as soon as it's in there, as soon as it's closed and it's locked, it starts to absolutely go absolutely rabid in there and start shaking the cage all around. You can see just sort of ice crystals form all around the cage, and the entire cage freezes like a cocoon. As it's just emitting too much elemental magic. It's frozen itself inside of the cage.
Good. I did not believe that worked.
Me neither. Well, this little buddy got lucky. Hopefully his friends are as gullible as this one. Then we won't have to fight anybody.
I mean, do we suppose it's still breathing? What do we think?
Is it like frozen solid in there?
It's not like an absolute like complete frozen tomb that it's in. It's like freezing and breaking, freezing and breaking. as it is like refreezing itself in there. It's basically, you can see that it's not it's going to take it a hell of a long time to ever break out of this if it was able to. It's you fairly confident it's trapped in there. I wouldn't be so confident about like holding the cage because it seems like it could very easily reach through the bars and attack you.
Oh no.
But this particular variant of the raccoon elemental is fairly contained in here. If conditions were different, it might be able to get out of this. Like if it wasn't summertime, maybe it could get things cold enough to do something. But it's pretty trapped. It'll take it a while to break out, and you'll be able to subdue it before it will break out.
I hand them a rope, and I say, tie this to the top of your bird cage and hang it from a tree. I'm gonna go catch up with Gloveless inside of the warehouse over there. He's gonna need me.
Fionn, what's your AC?
My AC is currently 17.
Okay, Fionn, as you turn around to go catch up with Gloveless, or Jaquette, or LaRue, of his many names, an ethereal raccoon leaps up into your face and grabs onto your face and starts scratching at it. Now, it does not hit you. It doesn't deal damage to you. It didn't roll high enough. But the raccoon that was sneaking out and sniffing around basically snuck up on you guys while you were distracted by this and leaps up into your face and starts scratching and scrounging and clawing as you all see a bright, vibrant, ethereal, glowing raccoon. Like, none of it is corporeal, it looks like. It looks almost like a ghost, with these bright pink glowing eyes as it is clawing at Fiern's face. And it's also like moving all around Fiern's body and like clawing wherever it can, as it's sort of blinking almost like it is phasing in and out of reality around Fiern, grabbing at him. Like as soon as he like grabs its tail and pulls it off, it blinks off and is on his chest again. Let's roll some initiative.
All right.
Dun, 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 dun.
There it is.
Ooh.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Not bad.
Just putting everyone's minis down.
Oh, there's that battle music. Oh, damn. Look how beautiful my home is. What's left?
Sean forgot to blow out the second floor side wall.
No, you guys just can't see it on the other side. That's the other side's where it's blown out. All right. I just need to fix the battle map real quick because it's the only thing I didn't actually reframe properly.
Classic.
Classic Sean.
All right. While I'm doing that, though, what are our initiative rolls?
12.
15.
14.
I don't know why I asked it that way. I didn't hear any of that. 20
Yeah,
to
I was
25.
Are we gonna also have sass in this?
Yes. I'll roll sasses.
Thank you.
All right. 20 to 25. Okay. 15 to 20.
I forgot what I got.
You got a 15 plate.
15.
Okay. 10 to 14.
12.
14.
Okay, and Sass got 10. All right. And then Bruce, what'd you get?
8.
Okay, the raccoon is up first because it got a nat 20 on its initiative. It is going to go for another attack on Fearn. That one is going to hit with a 21. Unless you want to...
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. It's like in a shield. All right, Fearn. That is 2 piercing damage.
Okay.
And 3 force damage.
Okay, and Armor of Gathis is gonna reaction and he's gonna take some damage from that.
Excellent. Go for that.
You gain. Creature takes 5 cold damage, just straight up.
Okay. You see the as
it's at a
attacking...
second level, so okay, the hit points. Oh shit! For each slot. Okay, yeah, so it's 10 cold damage.
Hell yeah, dude. This thing is looking rough after that that Armor of Agathis attack. Basically, it comes in and starts clawing at you. You can feel its claws dig in, but it doesn't quite. It almost like it's more so dealing damage to the armor rather than you. As you can see these spikes of ice start to form and repel back towards the raccoon as it's clawing around you, and it's just it starts to blink around, and as soon as it takes that hit, and you can see kind of like part of it dissipates as a spike of ice goes through its chest, it blinks back to the ground and then blinks away and runs away from you. You do not get an attack of opportunity. It is immune to attacks of opportunity.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that's far.
Oh my lord.
It can blink through solid objects?
Yes, it can. As the raccoon dissipates into the house. We're still in initiative, but everything is quiet for right now. Fearn, what would you like to do? By the way, Jacques, you're in the stone house.
Okay.
I'm gonna run towards that house that I saw the raccoon go. Well, I didn't see it go into there, but I don't know where it went.
Don't Kool-Aid Man my house.
But I'm gonna run towards where Jaquette, or whatever we want to call him, is, because the jig is up.
You're gonna run towards the workshop?
I'm gonna run 30 feet and see what I see. Is there any windows or anything that I can peek through? Climb through? I don't know.
Yes, so it's going to get you. It's going to get you to the front of the house. You're not quite to where Jacquet is, but you can see in the windows of the kind of main entrance to the house, and there's a door there.
If I look through the window, do I see the raccoon that I was previously fighting?
That will require a perception check.
Okay, I don't want to do a perception check.
Yeah, because I will use your action. Jacquet, you're on deck.
I think I'm just gonna... I'm gonna cast a spell on myself. I'm gonna cast protection from good and evil on myself. And then I'm going to say out loud, just to try and get their attention. Come at me, you fools! I'm ready for you. And I pull out my big ass sword.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a intimidation roll.
Yeah, just hold it out in front of me, and I'm just like, let's go! Who dares challenge me?
Love it.
I got a 16. Doing really good on checks that I'm not normally good at tonight.
16. Okay, as soon as you do that, you do start to hear rumbling inside the house. As you start to hear like wood splitting as something is crawling towards the door. But anything else, Fearon?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, Jaquette, you are up. You do hear Fearon shouting outside. You heard the commotion as the raccoon attacked him. You absolutely hear in the next room over something heavy moving through the kitchen, smashing wood. There is a door from the workshop into the main house, but just so you know, you don't have to obviously go through it.
Okay, so you'd asked for an investigation roll.
Yes,
previously.
I got to resolve that before, yes.
No worries. And so with that, it was a 19. If I had passed by the back window at all, I would have peeked out to see if I can tell what's going on in the backyard and what that commotion was that I had heard.
Absolutely. Go ahead and give me a perception roll for the backyard.
Will that be taking an action, or will we... Okay, cool.
You know, I'll let that have happened while they were first surprised by the raccoon and when they were catching the other one.
21.
Yeah, you can absolutely see what's going on.
He's putting down a lot of things, ain't he?
I'll show you.
Oh boy, here we go.
Whoa.
Ay, ay, ay.
Oh god.
See
What are they doing?
You can see a ring of raccoons all around, basically like smashing and breaking wood and piling it up. It looks like they're starting to build an altar of some kind. And behind them, you can see the shape of a much larger raccoon. You can see a green glow from two sets of eyes and the green glow of the saliva and spit dripping from its mouth as it is. You can slightly hear what sounds like laughter coming from it, almost like a hyena's laugh.
Okay.
The shaman.
Whoa. And I can't see any of this. I'm just behind the building, right?
No, I mean, you can all hear the, like, smashing of wood and stuff back there. But this also happened, like, right as initiative started, what Jaquette just saw. So, Jaquette, as soon... I'll say this is when, like, your initiative started. You hear the things happening in the house.
Okay.
You hear... And then this is when your turn starts. As the sound of the house... of the wood breaking in the house happens and Fearn shouts out his taunt, you would notice all the raccoons stop smashing and building this altar in the back. And they all kind of look towards the house.
Okay, you said there's a door that's connecting me to the...
Yes, it's not on the map.
main house?
You can't see it on the map there,
Right.
but there would be a door right where you're kind of standing that leads into the next room.
Would it be a free action to, like, open the door quietly and see what I see?
Yeah, I'll say so. But you'll need to give me a stealth check.
Thanks. Okay. 23.
Okay. Yeah.
Nope, 25, sorry.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Shoot him.
Yeah, you would see there is the ethereal purple raccoon, and then you would also see a raccoon that is like half made of stone. All these like large, almost tumorous growths of stone are coming off of its body.
Okay. I am going to... All right, I'm gonna fire my crossbow at the ethereal raccoon.
Okay.
I should have asked, but I assume I have advantage from stealth.
You do. Yes, you are stealth. Properly.
Cool, because I just got a nat 20. So.
Hell yeah.
Boom, boom, boom.
What does this critical hit look like? Through the crack in the door.
Right. So, I mean, they can't see anything, but it's just I hold the crossbow up sideways, I angle it just right, and just fire it right at the ethereal. Nothing too fancy. We're not going for like a crazy shot or anything. We're just trying to maximize that damage.
I don't even need you to roll. How do you want to destroy this ethereal raccoon?
I mean, I almost imagine like it's just a nonchalant fire, like right through the upper torso. You know, the bolt goes right through, hits the back or the far wall, and the raccoon just ethereally dissipates in its heart.
Absolutely.
Falls to the floor.
That heart falls to the floor, and the raccoon. You see the bolt goes through, and it's almost like everything is slow for a moment as you kind of sneak through. You have the sideways crossbow. The bolt fires through. We get the Skyrim camera follow of the bolt as it goes, and you see the raccoon kind of like turns its head as the bolt goes and hits it right in the face. As you can see, just sort of this like almost like rapid compression of the ethereal raccoon to a singular ball, and that heart drops, and then an explosion as the force energy within the raccoon is released, and it blows out the front.
No.
Does it hurt the raccoon next to it? Chain reaction?
You do see the raccoon in front of it does take a little bit of damage from that.
All right, then I am going to quietly close the door, reload my hand crossbow, and just go, I hope he didn't see me, I hope he didn't see me, I hope he didn't see me.
You just set off a huge explosion and you're like, oh shit, time to hide.
Okay. All right. You basically destroyed, basically stripped away the stone raccoon's temporary HP.
Nice.
Okay. Okay, Jacquet, that was... Did you want to bonus action hide with that?
I'm not that high level of a rogue yet, so I cannot.
Ah, that's right.
I don't have any bonus actions yet. I don't have any bonus actions.
All right. Septimus, you are up with Sass on deck. So Septimus, you just saw Fearn put his sword out and threatened all of the raccoons and tried to intimidate them to come out and fight him. And as soon as he did, you watched as the front of your house, the door of your house, just gets blasted into shards of wood that all go into Fearn's face as soon as he challenges the raccoons.
That wasn't me.
I'm not gonna have a home left. And as I do that, I take my hammer and I kind of just, while speaking incantations, thrust it up, and I cast Bless on Fearn, Sass, and Bruce.
Excellent.
Nice.
Ooh, those new metal
fancy
ones.
rings, baby.
I don't have enough bless ones. I wish that it came with like several bless ones.
I feel like it should come with 3, because that's like the default you can use.
It comes with blank ones that you can use.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So
And then with that,
brought to you by Dice Dungeons, not a partner.
Yet.
oh, you beat me to it.
Okay, so the three of you have bless now. That was anything else, Septimus? Do you want to move up?
Yeah, maybe. No, I'll kind of just stay where I am.
Okay. Excellent.
That's what I'm paying these people for.
Yeah, you offer a little bit of support from the back.
Yeah.
All right. So, Saskia is up, and then Bruce is on deck.
All right. Sass is going to bonus action, call up her Tentacle of the Deeps, and have it attack the stone golem.
Okay, excellent. I just gonna have to be this little doppelganger for now. Okay, and that's going to be attack from the Tentacle of the Deep is going to be a 19 to hit. Excellent.
Nice.
That actually, let me double check because their AC is higher. Actually, no, it's not. Okay, that'll definitely hit. So that's 1d8 cold damage.
And its speed is reduced by 10.
Nice. Dealt 10 damage to it. Hell yeah.
Whoa.
How did it deal? It can only do 1d.
No, it adds her charisma modifier.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well,
Fancy.
It's a very good spell or ability. All right, so you watch Fear, and you watch that familiar tentacle that you've seen before come rising up out of the ground. There's this big splash of water as the spectral tentacle comes up and wraps around the raccoon and squeezes it as this frost emanates throughout its body. It is still alive, though, but it is
all
looking
right.
rough.
Eldritch Blast.
Oh, hell yeah. All right. This is a good build.
Oh,
this Fathom.
Yeah.
All right. That is 14, which is going to hit.
Oh, nice.
Watch when Shannon comes on in a few minutes. She's not going to be rolling this well. Well, she's not here to do it. But Stefan, how does Sass obliterate this stone raccoon?
So I feel like Sass, it would be almost a combined attack where she gets this Eldritch energy up. She pulls up the tentacle and it like splashes up and smacks into the face. And like as it gets hit, all of a sudden that double punch of the Eldritch Blast comes around and smashes right into it, shattering this stone raccoon.
Absolutely, and a combination of force magic and frost shatters it into pebbles as that stone heart falls to the ground behind. Okay.
and because there was a stone raccoon, there was an earthquake, and the house just
And the rest of the house comes down.
stinks.
You'd feel a slight tremor.
Oh,
No, as far as you can tell, the raccoons inside the house have been defeated, and the only raccoons are outside now in the back. Bruce, you are up.
What's going on, Septimus? I can't. And Bruce is gonna put his glasses on, his goggles, and he's gonna grip his little cloak really tightly and cast Sanctuary on himself with a bonus action.
I love Bruce so much. Oh man, excellent.
And he's gonna just kind of scoot behind Septimus after hearing the explosion of wood chips going into Fern.
Yeah, it's actually quite a lot of things have happened all in this one turn.
I
But yes.
repeat, that wasn't me.
Double ringed, blessed and sanctuaried. as you back up behind our friend there. Okay, anything else, Bruce, besides just hiding behind Septimus?
Nope, that's it.
What a god.
This is D&D, guys.
Excellent. I love it. All right. Back to the top of the order, which is the racoons.
Uh-oh.
So you hear you all now would hear like a loud beacon almost in the backyard. You hear the hyena-like laughter of the for what you call the shaman raccoon, as it starts to in a very like broken voice try to seemingly uttering commands out that are hard for you all to hear, but it sounds like it's trying to speak through vocal cords that are not meant to speak. As Fearn, you can kind of see through the kitchen, through like a back door that has been torn off. You can see the raccoons all moving towards the house.
Oh shit.
As a nuclear bomb just rolls into your living room. Oh, that guy got far.
Oh my god, they're all dashing.
Oh my goodness.
I'm surrounded.
They did raccoon teleport.
Man, if only I had that thunder wave spell.
Okay. But they did have to dash to get to you, so they are not going to get to attack you on this turn.
My God.
But Fearn, you are up, and you are surrounded by raccoons.
Okay, so we've determined that last time when I tried to use Green Flame Blade, that it does 0 damage.
You did it to a fire guy, though.
Well,
No,
no, it's because Fearn has a negative to his spellcasting modifier.
So,
Eldritch Knight.
I'm just gonna swing, I guess. Yeah, I'm just gonna swing at the closest raccoon, which is a lot of raccoons.
Fearn, can you roll me a D8?
Sure.
I'm sorry, actually a D10. I'm sorry, that was not correct.
All right, I'll re-roll. I got a 5 for anybody who wants to know. I got a 10. Let's go.
You got
I'm
a
hoping
10?
that's a good thing.
All right, roll me 2 D8s.
Woo!
And tell me what each one is.
An 8 and then a 3 for
Hell yeah.
11 total.
Okay. The raccoon you attack is, you see as you go for the attack, its body, all of its like flesh dissipates away as it is replaced by ethereal magic. As you rolled a 10, so this raccoon got 2 elemental infusions.
Oh
so
God.
it is both an ethereal raccoon and a lightning raccoon now. So go ahead and give me an attack on this raccoon.
Okay. I got a 17 to hit.
That will hit.
For 15 damage.
Holy shit. Okay.
Yeah, I rolled high.
Jeez.
Okay.
Cleave this man.
I'm just looking back at my notes on the ethereal raccoon.
We didn't do any cleave rules from last campaign, right?
No,
Is
no,
that stuff still in action?
Damn. I mean, this thing had 15 health. So how do you want to kill this thing?
I mean, it's my first strike of the night, so I'm pretty much just gonna like overhead slam straight down, cut it right in half.
Hell yeah. Fearin, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Do I get something? I could roll a d4 because of bless, right?
Yes, you are blessed.
Yes.
D4.
Right.
I rolled a 1.
Oh boy.
Plus the d4 if it matters.
It probably doesn't.
I got a 6 total.
Yeah, no, you do not succeed. Holy shit. Okay, I rolled max damage on this. Fearin, you're gonna take 12 force damage.
Okay.
And 6 lightning damage.
12 and 6. Holy shit. 18.
But at the same time, raccoon destroys its little buddy next to him.
I don't know if it matters, but you did break my armor of Agathis, so it would have reactionary damage, but there's nothing to give it to.
Is it just to the attacker? It doesn't do... Oh, yeah, because it's... Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you watch as this raccoon... You cleave this raccoon in half, and you watch that dissonant energy within bursts out in both ethereal force magic and lightning as it shudders out and it crawls across your body in arcs and waves, and it also completely dissipates the raccoon next to him as you see a really volatile ethereal heart with lightning arcing around it drops to the ground. The other raccoon's heart just drops down as a rock at this point because it didn't unleash any of its elemental force. Anything else?
Yes, I think I'm going to action surge because this seems like the right time to use it.
Go for it.
I take my sword and I kind of do a 180 and just it's already on the ground, so I just do a full overhand crescent smash down from the other direction.
Nice. Go for it.
I got a 14, which turns into a 21 to hit.
That'll definitely hit. Can you roll me a d10 real quick, though, just to see what type of elemental this raccoon turns into when you attack it?
Okay. I got a 4.
Okay. All right. So as you bring that axe down, go ahead and roll me damage.
14.
Hell yeah. You kill this thing.
Yes!
As you do so, Fear, and I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, I'm good at these. A 19 plus bless if I need it.
You're good. You're good. You see as you crush this thing, its body bursts into a plume of poisonous gas that quickly dissipates, and you're able to stave off any kind of infection as you do not breathe in these fumes, and drops down as a wretched, poisonous, foul heart.
And does the poison hit the other raccoon?
Oh, yeah, it does. Let me see if that raccoon's poisoned. That raccoon's poisoned.
I scream a scream of victory as I continue to wail away. Go ahead, my turn's over.
Excellent. Nice. That is a very successful turn. Jaquette, you are up with Septimus on deck. Jaquette, you can hear through the door several raccoons come rushing into this room. What would you like to do?
So the back window that I originally looked out of, can I open that at all?
Yes, but it is one of those like cellar windows where you like twist it and it just comes forward a little bit.
I just need sound to come out.
Yep, you can definitely do
So
that.
I'm going to go back and open that, and then targeting the big boy. I need him to make a wisdom saving throw for me as I start to tap on my hand drums. And in his head, he starts to hear bring ding ding ding, bring ding 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 ding, bring ding 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 ding, bring ding ding ding, bring
Oh my God.
ding 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 ding.
God damn it.
As he just imagines this frog, on a two-wheeled contraption with a biker helmet, just speeding around some desolate streetscape.
No pants on. He's a frog. He's got a hat, but
No
no pants.
He rolled an 11.
Okay, so he's gonna take full damage,
Frog damage.
which is 12 points of psychic damage. Also, he has to use his reaction to move as far as its speed allows away from me. It does not move into obviously dangerous ground, such as fire or pit.
Okay.
And I guess technically, if it's deafened, it automatically succeeded, but I don't think it was deafened.
Okay, so this, as you're peeking through the window of this back window, you can see this creature as it's just sort of like holding up this, like, in one hand, it's holding up what looks like some kind of talisman that it's made up of, rocks and bent branches and dried grass. And it immediately is like immediately walks out of the shed and runs back behind the shed into the woods a bit.
Fantastic.
How long does that last?
It's just a one-turn thing. It just moves, and then afterwards...
Oh, it just
it's
uses
fine.
its reaction. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Excellent. All right, so you have pushed the shaman raccoon into behind the shed, basically.
Yep.
And perfect. Anything else from you, Jacques?
Nope. I'm just going to hunker down in the workshop.
Okay. Septimus, you are up. And then Sass is on deck. Okay, so you can see that there are raccoons still abound. They're continuing to damage your house as Fearn is killing them. What would you like to do?
As a minor action, I'll shout. Try to move them outside into the yard, out of the house if you can.
I'm not in the house, am I?
Well, they are. As I will create a bonfire underneath the poison raccoon.
Ooh.
Okay. An old classic. All right. What is that? Saving throw?
It is a dexterity saving throw.
Nice. Okay. They got a 21 on that.
Oh yeah, that will pass.
Okay. Is there any half damage or anything?
Creature always. Any creature is overtake. No.
All right.
Yeah, no half damage.
Okay, so you watch as the fire it just is not quite a big enough flame. It's having trouble catching as it's just sort of sparking underneath the raccoon as it kind of just is dodging out of the way, really, back and forth, trying to escape the licks of the flames. Anything else, Septimus?
Nope.
All right, Saskia is up.
All right. Tentacle is going to attack the closest one to it.
Okay. Tentacle. Tentacle is going to hit. Stefan, roll just a d10 for me. to see what this thing becomes before it gets hit and dies.
1.
Okay. So this raccoon bursts up into flames right as this tentacle goes in to grip it. The tentacle does deal enough damage to kill it, though, and it is going to burst into flames. Starting a small fire in the house.
Looks to I imagine she looks to Septimus and is just like, sorry.
Where's my fire? Oh,
For
now
the
it's
record, Persco, that bless saved me from losing concentration, so thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, stand up. The house is slightly on fire now.
Just slightly? Okay, that's good, that's good.
Where that dice is a fire that will continue to grow unless it's put out.
Alright, Sass is gonna Eldritch Blast the one out in the open that's poisoned.
Yep, absolutely. Alright. Eldritch Blast. Oh, wow. Geez, Sass is rolling good tonight. Alright, Stefan, I'm going to ask you to give me another d10 roll for this one to see what it becomes.
9.
9. Okay, roll me 2d8s.
Nine.
Roll me 2d8s. Oh, wait, no, what are they individually?
6 and a 3.
6 and a 3. Okay. Fearn, give me a Constitution saving throw and a Dexterity saving throw.
The con save is 23 with no bless. The dexterity saving throw is a nat 20 with no bless.
Okay, Fearn,
Let's go.
Nothing happens to you. But you do watch as this Eldritch Blast goes towards this raccoon. You see it immediately, its fur starts to rot, and arcs of green lightning start to go all across its body as it is infused with the storm and poisonous gas. And as soon as the Eldritch Blast strikes, it dissipates into a large cloud of stormy, toxic fumes that you are able to, almost like your armor of Agathis comes up and blocks you from taking any of its harmful effects. As that raccoon dissipates, and there is a poisonous heart on the ground, arcing with lightning.
Doing pretty good.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Nothing but good rolls.
Yeah, we're doing great.
Yeah. Keep it up, Bruce.
Bruce is hiding.
The house,
behind
though.
Septimus. Yeah, the house is not
isn't
doing
doing
great.
too
At least we centralize the damage, you know? Like, it's basically just one room that's getting really fucked up.
Yeah, that's true. It's just the middle of the house. All
The
right.
least important part of the house.
All right, Bruce, you are up now. You've seen that most of the raccoons that you can see have been dealt with.
Oh. Am I that far away? Or am I that close?
right
Actually,
behind
no.
me, yeah.
Sorry, you're not that close. You would have seen that.
You can't see anything.
Yeah.
I had none of my goggles on. I can.
Yeah,
see
you
a little
saw
bit more.
you saw 2 of them go die, but you can't see the rest, whether or not they're there. But I guess you did just see this. You just felt this big explosion happen. Actually, a few big explosions happen.
I'm gonna message Jacket, or sorry, LaRue. LaRue, how you make it out in there?
Can I respond?
Yeah.
I'll respond. Hey, okay, my friend. There's a very large one in the back that I've managed to push away for the time being, but Expect more trouble.
Ah, shit. And that's it.
Okay. It is the raccoon's turn. Okay. So there's
That's
only
raccoon noise.
one raccoon in this general area right now.
Ooh.
Bless you.
Oh, he's running.
Does that
Coward.
tentacle get an attack of opportunity?
There's who?
Oh, but from the squid?
The tentacle.
No, the
Tentacle? I don't
does
think
not.
so.
No, it's
Summoned things usually don't.
yeah. No,
Unless it
doesn't.
says that it gets a reaction.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Because it's considered a melee attack, the action of it doing anything or movement. If it had a reaction there, yeah, Stefan's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Cool. All right, so let's see.
Cool.
It's very cool.
Oh, okay.
What does the dice represent?
Fire.
The fire
Gotcha.
that's slowly burning Septimus's childhood home down.
He doesn't care about. Well, he doesn't get about the sentiment.
The Fearn, you can see through the door, and Jacquette or LaRue, you can see through the window that the shaman raccoon is entering the battle. As it has used its full movement speed to get back into the backyard, as you did push it away. It does grab that single raccoon that was running away, and
eats it.
lifts it up and shoves it in its mouth and chomps down and swallows it, gaining 2d6 health back. And any elemental magic within that raccoon. Can someone give me a D10 roll?
Sure.
Come on, fire.
3.
Damn it. We rolled that already.
3. Okay. As you watch as it eats this raccoon, suddenly arcs of lightning start to come off of its body, and it is surrounded by this spectral violet mist, as it has been on its own accord infused with the ethereal magic, and through eating that raccoon infused with lightning magic. And then that was its bonus action. How far? None of you are within range of its prismatic breath. So it is going to use the rest of its movements. It's going to use its action to dash inside.
Son of a bitch.
Oh,
Oh my gosh.
that thing is great.
And at initiative count 20, the fire gets a bit bigger.
How big?
Basically, it spreads
That
another
big.
5 feet out.
Oh, fucking Christ.
Basically,
Trapping
any time it's not being put out, it spreads 5 feet across any wooden part of this structure. Okay, that was its action to dash, so the gigantic prismatic raccoon cannot, or it's large, it's not giant, can't do anything else. Fearn, you're up. Jacquette, you're on deck.
Shannon is available to join
Then
in.
let's take this moment as the battle shifts as the big monsters entered. Let's just take a quick break. We will be right back shortly with our full cast, so Shannon can start doing her own attacks. And we'll see how they brave against the large prismatic raccoon who has eaten one of its comrades to gain its lightning abilities. All right, say see you soon, folks.
See you soon, folks.
Welcome back, everybody, to Adrift in Aldhalor. We have our full party now, as The as you're calling it, the shaman raccoon has entered the fight. You have disposed of much of its minions. Fearn has captured one and may even have befriended it. Maybe not now that he's thrown it in a birdcage.
I call that critter.
The creature has entered the house. The house is currently on fire, represented by our orange dice on there, spreading rapidly. Most of the party is actually in the back there of the battle map, as Fearn is up front and Jacques is hiding in the workshop. We're going to see if they can take down the big boy. They've been fighting the easy little boys, and now it's time to fight the big boy. But before we do that, we've got our lovely community manager back, so someone can finally read the ad copy.
Oh, you were serious about that?
I was actually very serious about that.
Okay, well, now I need to pull it up. Hold on. But I know exactly where it is in the Google Drive. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm sorry I'm late, but I'm here now. I guess we're going to talk about our street partners. Here we go. Roll for initiative and check out Arcane Spectacles, your haven for all things TTRPG. Their personalized D&D themed Christmas ornaments will be a critical hit under your tree, and our top-notch tabletop. They're top-notch. I missed one. Damn it. They're top-notch tabletop. Oh my god. RPG accessories will give you an edge in battle. Customize their ornaments with your party's names to show off your adventuring party like never before. I really need to take one of these off the wall so I can hold it up while I'm doing this, because I have two on my streaming station right here. Don't miss your chance to level up your experience, your tabletop experience with Arcane Spectacles. Visit them at arcanespectacles.com. Next, we have Underground Oracle Publishing. They are a best-selling Emmy-nominated TTRPG publisher building new and exciting settings for the cipher system of every genre you can imagine. Each setting includes everything you need to explore its unique world, including lore, species, descriptors, foci, creatures, ciphers, artifacts, and all of the rules that you need to play. Their current focus is Harrow the Blighted Plain, a crystal punk fantasy setting filled with fungal oases, massive sand seas, and long-buried magitech. For as little as $3, you can join their Patreon and help shape Harrow in each of the worlds that they create. They got some really cool stuff going on over there, so go check them out. Next, we have Eddie Yorke, who is our character artist, and just amazing. We love him. He is an illustrator based in the UK who makes art for games and books. To visit his portfolio and get in contact with him, visit eyorke.com. And new, as of like a week and a half ago, we are now partnered with 1985 Games, which is super, super exciting. They create affordable, accessible, high-quality accessories for D&D and other tabletop role-playing games. Sean uses their NPC cards, those ones right there, and they're freaking awesome.
Look, it's Jonas Alvarium.
Although
Alvarium. His last name on the card is different because Mike came up with the last name.
It's perfect.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Laura
So
Vendega. Sorry.
That's okay. It's okay. Do you want to list them all? I'll give you a second.
No, it's this thick.
Oh yeah, no, we don't got.
We've used half the deck already.
Don't forget Devindo.
Do you have one for Devindo?
Yeah, sure. I'll come up with one real quick. Yeah, this guy. His first name is Tullus. Tullus Devindo. That's what he looks like now.
Excellent. Amazing. Yeah, so Sean loves them. We love them because we get these kick-ass NPCs. So
I wrote that Devindo had an emo haircut, and that's still my headcanon.
Amazing.
When he was young.
When he was young. Amazing. So you can use the code Paradice Prod for 10% off your entire order. I don't have a command for them yet, Steph, so don't put that in if you've been putting them in. But
Too late.
Damn it. I'll make one. Whatever you just used, I'll make it. Yeah. So that's pretty exciting. Go check them out. With just miscellaneous stuff, we've got recaps on Discord. We're working on getting our campaign 1 backlog up to date on YouTube. If you'd like to sponsor an episode or two of Vantage in Paradise, shoot us an email at paradiserpg@gmail.com and join us on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Discord, Instagram, and TikTok. All the fun things. Let's keep going with this raccoon stuff.
All right, here we go. Fearn, it is your turn Jacquet, you are on deck. There is a big ass raccoon in front of you, or inside through the door. Well, actually, much of the wall is blasted out too. But what would you like to do? You're muted, Fearn.
For fear of destroying this entire building when that thing explodes, Fearn is actually gonna take 30 feet backwards.
Okay.
Like trying to lead it out towards the front of the building.
Ah, yes. The Dungeon Master thought the fight would take place in the backyard, but I guess it's happening in the front yard. Okay, so you're going off map.
Woo! Just push everything left. Like the whole building.
Oh my god, I should have done that during the break.
I could go the opposite direction.
No, it's okay.
Towards
Run,
everyone.
Run through them.
It's okay. So, Fearn, you are running back 30 feet to lure it out of the house.
Yep, and I'm going to... Well, as I'm running, like, can I use, like, an object interaction to pick up the hearts around me?
You can pick up one of them.
Okay, I pick up the one that has, like, 2 elements.
I am actually just pushing everything over. You can pick up the lightning ethereal one.
Okay, I'll do that. And then I'm going to cast a cantrip at him to keep his attention on me. Ray of Frost. This is a 60-foot range. So I'll cast it at its maximum range and then keep moving.
Okay, go ahead and give... Is that an attack roll?
Yes, it is.
Alright, go for it. Oh, that was a good one, Mike.
No, I'm sorry. I didn't think it was going to go through.
I got an 8.
They
to
all
hit.
go through.
It's good. That's why we record individual audio, so I can cut that. I'm sorry, what was the roll
You mean
again?
amplify it?
I got an 8.
Yeah, that's not gonna hit.
Oh. Do I get to add anything?
You
for
got blessed. Yeah, you got blessed.
Yeah, 1d4.
Attack roll.
D4.
A D4, you say?
I don't.
Yes.
I got a 3, so that makes it an 11.
Still misses. Sorry, I just got excited because my workplace is closing tomorrow for the snowstorm.
I just noticed what's going outside.
Snow
That's great.
day!
Snow day!
Snow day!
But you watch this ray of frost go barreling towards this giant raccoon, and you watch it doesn't miss. It goes right through it as that ethereal magic displaces it, and it no longer, and it just goes right through it, hitting the, going out the back door. Okay. Jacquet, you are up. You hear, you watch and hear the big raccoon enter the house now. It's actually probably quite chaotic in there, as you can see the door. You can kind of see the door is smoking. That leads into the kitchen. As you hear, as that raccoon is entering in there. Jacquet, what would you like to do? Septimus, you're on deck.
I can't get through that back window, right?
Not the back window. No, you could go out through
Okay.
the front doors if you want.
Okay. Can I use my feline agility double movement, so 60 feet of movement, to go out the front, circle around behind the building, so I am behind the large raccoon?
Um, 60.
All right. Then I am going to cast Dissonant Whispers on it again. Hopefully it succeeds. So Wisdom saving throw. DC 13.
DC 13. What is its wisdom? It got a 7, so it fails.
Yes.
All right. So hopefully, so that's 9 psychic, and hopefully that movement will be forward out the front instead of directly away from me. Ooh,
How much is the
look
psychic?
at Jacques. 9 points of psychic damage.
That mini is looking
good.
Jacques looks real good right now.
Yeah, he does.
Fresh.
All right.
That's to everyone listening. Varnish. It's hard to use, but you get it on a mini, and it adds that perfect finishing touch.
It is very nice. I love the varnish you use on your boots.
Don't get it on your floors, though. Especially if you got wood ones.
I rent, so I don't really care.
Okay, it runs out the front door.
Oh, thank God.
You're welcome, he says to no one in particular, not knowing how upset Septimus would be.
And the lot of you watch this. And when I say a giant raccoon, like, I mean, you can see the mini, like, it's bigger than all of you. As it comes barreling out of the front door, you can see fire kind of belching black smoke out from the front door as this big thing just comes rushing out. It has this around its wrist. It has tied this bracelet that has this charm on it. It has this saliva dripping from its mouth that has this green energy coming off of it, arcing with lightning as this ethereal smoke clouds all around it. These eyes have this deep, deep emerald glow to them that almost swirl like a maelstrom as it runs out and then shakes its head and you and looks to Septimus as it turns to look at you all, but it's not its turn. It just had to use its reaction to run out there.
It says it in common, like we can understand.
Yes, it says in like, but when the voice sounds broken and like it shouldn't, like it's using vocal cords that are not meant to say words.
Yeah.
So it's like, but you can understand it is pointing at you, Septimus, and saying you. All right, and it's Septimus's turn.
How far am I from the fire?
The fire?
Septimus is like, I don't care about this guy. I care about my house.
The fire is 40 feet away inside the house.
All right, well, I'll use my movement speed.
Okay.
Let's go 30 feet.
All right,
towards the
imagine
fire.
you're going to try to avoid the giant raccoon.
If I can.
Well, he doesn't have a reaction, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, you're right. You can just run freely. Yeah, good call.
Yes. Good call.
All right, so 30 feet gets you right inside the front door. You can see there's this writhing spectral tentacle flopping around right next to you. By the way, Shannon, that the little green zombie guy is your tentacle for now.
The green zombie guy. Is he
In the
blurry
doorway,
on the
you
camera
can-
right now? In...
You can barely see him. He's right next to the fire.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. Where am I? Am I out there yet? Or am I in the house?
Right.
That's me.
No,
Okay.
yeah.
Cool.
Since I'm 10 feet away, I will attempt as best I can. I will do cast prestidigitation to try to snuff out some of the fire. Because it does say instantaneous snuff out a candle, a torch, or a small campfire. So I imagine part of it would be snuffed.
I'm gonna say you can push the fire back by 5 feet. That's grown. It is still going. I'm gonna stand up again. All right, so yeah, you absolutely can start pushing the fire back with that there. Anything else, Septimus?
Good question. Nope.
Sass, you're up. Bruce, you're on deck.
How far away is the raccoon from my tentacle?
20 feet.
Damn it. Okay.
You can move the tentacle.
Yeah. But I also can do hex. So, what is there a condition marker around me?
Yes,
You're
you're actually
blessed.
blessed. You're blessed.
I'm blessed. Great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think what I'll do. Yeah, I'll move it. I'll move it closer so that it's within 10 feet. So can you move it up 10 feet for my bonus action? Thank you. And do I get to
No, you only get
No.
to move it
just
because
move
it's a
it
bonus action to attack.
to attack? Yeah. So only when I summon it, I can.
Yep. But you
I can
can
do it.
Eldritch
Okay.
Blast if you
That's exactly what I'm gonna do.
go for it.
Eldritch Blast. Here we go. Oops, sorry, I rolled damage first. That was
okay.
presumptuous. 15.
15.
Plus 1d4.
Oh, go ahead
Oh,
and do
plus
1d4.
1d4.
Stefan.
Thank you.
You can repeat the attack with the Tentacle of the Deeps move.
Oh, yeah?
It says that
Does
move the tentacle up to 30 feet and repeat the attack
Oh, fuck
Oh,
yeah.
hell yeah.
as a
I'm
bonus.
glad
Sorry,
you
I
have
was
my
reading-
character sheet.
I was reading the because it had the D&D Beyond shorthand.
Oh,
said
yeah. There it
both
is.
all of the
Yep.
cost of bonus actions. So
Yep.
my bad.
Great. Great.
So, well, let's
I
do
rolled
the Eldritch Blast misses.
Well, I added a d4, so it's a 19.
That will hit.
Okay. Do you want me to keep the damage I rolled by accident or roll again?
Yes. Just keep the damage.
All right.
simple.
So then that was 6 points of force damage.
Okay.
And then with the tentacle, oh, there it is. All right, here we go. Tentacle is a 17.
Just hits.
Great. And that is gonna, that's crap. That's gonna be 5 points of cold damage.
Excellent.
And its
Um,
speed is reduced by 10 feet until the start
yeah.
of my next turn.
Perfect. All right, Bruce, you're up. This thing is. You can see this thing now.
Bruce is just gonna keep backing up
Oh yeah.
from behind Septimus.
I'm not even there anymore.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sorry, I
it's
missed
you
that
and
part where
Sass.
you
It's
left.
you and Sass.
uh,
Yeah, you're
You
the
got
one with
this
all the
one,
rings
right?
on you back there.
Where are you going? Where are you going?
I gotta go.
Shoot it or something.
Sal's in trouble. I gotta.
Or you use your full movement to move back.
He's not gonna use his full movement.
Okay.
Probably about 2 steps back.
Okay.
He'll bonus action snare on where he was.
Oh hell yeah! Throw a snare down.
Little snare down.
Full snare.
We're about to snare down here.
Snare down for the weekend. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else, Bruce? As you cowardly move back and drop a trap down.
No, that's about it.
Love it. Love it. All right. Back up to the raccoon's turn. Let's see. Does it have any? Okay. Well, good thing Fearn took that lightning ethereal heart. It's gonna look back
no.
and grab the rock heart and eat that. Doesn't give it any elemental magic. It just gives it health back. That rock was inert. It does get 12 HP back.
This mini is amazing.
As it is going to... Oh god, okay. Alright, it is going to go up. You two. I'll say for the sake of its size, it will trigger your trap, Bruce. So
wow.
what does it
Okay.
have to do for that?
Hold on 1 second. I didn't ever expect it. It's got to make a dexterity saving throw, DC 15.
Okay. Oh wow, it didn't roll that well. It got a 10, so yeah, it failed.
Can I say that I held my action to run away? It got closer.
What is the what
It's a
kind
bonus
of
action.
Is it a bonus action to snare?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I can. I'll allow you to have held your action to dash away.
All right,
What
cool.
the fuck?
It's just enough space in the battle map for you to run back.
You're not getting a bless ever again.
Sure,
Yeah,
bless
y'all
yourself.
are learning a lot about Bruce. Okay. So, does it deal damage, the trap?
No, it does not.
Just what does it do? It restrains him?
It just restrains him.
Perfect.
Oh, now
right.
there's this giant raccoon caught in a trap right in my face, and you just fucked off.
Yeah.
Just salamander scurried away.
Amazing. Yeah, that's a great visual.
Hey, Sass, it has disadvantage on its attacks against you now because of this. So that's good.
Great. That's great. My AC's not very high though, so. Oh my god.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna miss. It's only a 6.
Whoa.
I'm sorry, no, it's an 8, but it still misses.
Yes, this still misses. If you add those two together, it would hit.
It is its first attack though.
Shit.
Second attack is worse,
Excellent.
actually.
My lord.
Well, it's disadvantage, so it's rolling
That's true.
shitty. You did avoid a nat 20 there, which would have certainly killed you.
That would have. Yes,
because it's
absolutely.
infused with 2 elements too. It deals an extra 2d6 on top of its damage.
Yeah, no, I would have jumped so fast.
So you watch as this creature is hefting towards you, Sass, and it's going to swipe at you and try to bite you, and its leg gets trapped in this bear trap essentially, and it reels back, and it still goes for you, but now in pain. It tries to bite down on you, and you're able to dodge out of the way, and then it goes for a swipe, and it just kind of scratches against your armor and misses. As it just roars in your face, and you see all the spittle comes onto you, and you can feel it burns a little and sizzles with electrical energy.
You're a nasty fucker.
Fear, and you're up. Jaquette, you're on deck.
Okay, Fionn is gonna... Is there any more hearts that are, like, within range of this monster picking up, like, where it's trapped right now?
No, where it currently is trapped, there are no hearts within range of it.
Okay, so I'm gonna come up from behind it,
Okay.
like, and I'm just gonna smash it with my sword.
You do get +1 to your attack because you're flanking with Sass.
Okay, cool. And, yeah,
and
that's
a D4.
I got an 18 plus 1 is 19. Does that hit?
It does hit.
Okay, didn't need the D4. Swinging. 12 damage.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Yeah, as you swing your great sword in, it cuts into the back of this creature. You watch as the cut strikes through. You see this lightning arcs out from the ooze.
And then I'll use a bonus action to second wind.
Nice.
10 D10 plus 3.
Okay. Anything else, Fearin?
I gain 10 health back, and I believe that's my turn. I once again scream at it, trying to get its attention to come fight me.
Give me an intimidation roll. Jaquette, you are up.
I got an 18. Let's go.
Nice, nice. All right, Jaquette, you're up. You're behind the house right
All right, 30 feet of movement. Does that get me within 30 feet of the dude, man, guy?
You're just outside of it.
So how far away am I?
35.
Okay. All right. Well, I have advantage on attacks against him, so that negates the disadvantage of being at long range for the hand crossbow.
Okay.
So we'll make that attack. For an 11.
That will miss.
All right, and then
Septimus, you're standing in the door, and Jacquette just comes bursting in and just fires the crossbow as it just fires past your head out. And it does. Your aim was true, Jacquette, but it goes right through the raccoon as that ethereal magic protects it.
you know the monster's behind you, right? He says to Septimus. And
I
then,
hired you to take care of it.
Fair. And then he's going to. Can I see Saskia?
She would probably be just out of your vision from the angle you're at.
Okay, then Fjern is going to get a Bardic Inspiration. That's a D6. And Jacquette's gonna go, fight, win! Come on, let's get this done already.
All right. I forgot to say that another 5 feet of fire starts at the top of the initiative order. Septimus, you're up. Sass on deck.
I'm up.
Yep, Septimus, you're up. Yeah.
Is there anything I can do to get rid of all this fire?
Just throw your body down on it.
Actually, if you will allow me, Sean.
Yeah. Okay, let's hear it.
Can I?
Oh shit. That's really loud.
It was just like,
I'm back.
okay, that was hilarious.
Are we still live?
Are we?
Oh no.
Yes, we are.
Oh
Yes, we are.
dear.
Yeah.
It only paused for a moment. Sorry about that. I just lost my place entirely because that freaks me out.
Did you hear what I said?
No, it cut out right before you said it.
Okay. Could I stand right up into the fire or right next to it? And I know it's a reaction, but attempt to use absorb elements to snuff out the entirety of the flame.
Yes. I would allow that. You have to.
Yes.
You will take some fire damage.
Sure.
But you'd have to basically walk. Yeah,
I'll
walk
walk
into
into
the
it.
fire and then absorb elements. Yeah, I like that. That's a really cool use of that. 1 second. Steph,
I guess
I'm
that's fair
accidentally
too. Yeah,
stopped
I'll
the
take
battle
the damage. I'll take the damage because it says reaction when you take fire damage.
Exactly. You're walking into it and taking the fire damage, and I'll say it works in that way that you're absorbing the fire. So you'll take half damage. You bastard. I rolled 2 1s on this. So you take 1 point of fire damage as you absorb that fire into yourself.
Sweet. Now, the next time I make an attack with my hammer, I will get 1d6 fire damage.
Correct.
As I walk into these flames, kind of just like taking them in, I like lift up my hammer, and you see like a bunch of flames like swing around and just like absorb into the hammer, and it's like glowing red hot.
Would you allow me to take an opportunity here for a flourish with this? I think would be cool.
Sure.
It's flavor. It's not a mechanic.
Yeah, absolutely.
As this fire is whipping around you, and feel free to change this, but I like to imagine you're like controlling this fire that is wrapped entirely around you. Like to you, Jaquette, he looks like a madman just walking into this open fire. Suddenly, though, this fire starts to burn away the fringes of your cloak as it's absorbed into the hammer, but you watch as it burns away some of your backpack, revealing the robot arm in the back.
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah, Jaquez, you see, he absorbs this fire into his hammer, and then out from behind him, just this several appendage arm comes out from his back. Excellent, Septimus. You still have movement left. You only use 10 feet of movement to get into the fire. You want to move
That's true.
outside.
Then I will.
You also technically have your action left. Because you just used a reaction to absorb the fire.
Oh, if you're allowing...
I'm 100%
that,
allowing it. You did,
okay.
Everything you did there was correct. You took fire damage and you absorbed it.
Well, I probably can't reach him, though.
No, you only have 20 feet left, so you can't get up to him yet. But you can go out there.
Actually, you know what? Oh, wait, no, I can't cast 2 spells. Damn it.
You can cast a cantrip.
Yeah, but... No, I'll just, I'll move out of my house, but not directly towards him. I'll just go perpendicular to the exit of the house, like towards the side of the map. Yeah, like that.
Perfect. All right. As the rest of you see Septimus walk out of the house with this fiery red hammer and this robot appendage coming off of his back. Saskia, you're up.
Okay. So as I see Septimus walking with the hammer and the arm out, it's like, all right, we're getting serious. And I'll use my action to summon my cutlass, so that I have that, and flourish of seawater comes as it comes out, and then I'll use my bonus action to move the tentacle again, and I want it behind him, so that if I hit him with it, maybe it'll distract him to turn towards the tentacle.
Okay. Go ahead and attack with the tentacle, and then you can attack...
No. I don't even think with a d4 that would help. Because I think I would, if I got a 4, it would be a total of a 13. So I think
that won't hit. That won't hit.
Yeah, okay.
Tentacle misses as it kind of, you see it swipes through the raccoon. You can see part of the raccoon turns ethereal as the tentacle just splashing water everywhere.
Great. Well, that's
all right. You still have your action, don't you? Oh no, you use your action to summon the blade.
No, I use my action to summon the blade. Yeah.
All right, Bruce, you are up. You ran away, but this thing is trapped in your trap.
He's just gonna look around, make sure nobody's around him, or no raccoons or.
Yeah, there's seemingly no raccoons, except for actually, Bruce, where you ran, there's about 10 feet away from you is an icy cage that still has one raccoon in it. Yeah, Bruce, basically, I imagine, Bruce, you're just like backing up, and then suddenly you like hit your leg into something cold, and you look down, and this raccoon just comes reaching through the bars trying to grab at you.
Bruce is gonna see the rope that Fern threw on the ground to like tie him to the tree initially, and Bruce is just gonna like keep backing up, but also just like eyeing the frost cage and the big guy, and back to the frost cage. And Bruce has his goggles on right now, so he can't see colors. He just sees yeah, but he knows what that is.
Oh yeah. All right. That's the end of Bruce's turn.
Yeah.
Up to the raccoon. Okay. it's going to turn to Fearn, given his intimidation tactic against it, as Fearn gives this bestial roar to it. It turns and roars right back at him. As Fearn, you start to see all that elemental magic inundating its body, comes forward into a breath attack.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Fearn, I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw as a wave of elemental dissonance shoots out in a 15-foot cone all around you.
Is Fearn
Okay.
right next to me. Do I need to do it too?
No, because of your positioning.
Okay, cool.
What do I get to roll for bless?
1d4.
I got a 23 plus 2, so 25.
Okay, you definitely succeed, but you are going to take half damage.
Okay.
You just get enough dice. I did not roll that high. So that is going to be 8 force damage reduced down to 4. So you take 4 force damage. As you succeeded. Yeah. I rolled very low on those dice. Oh, wait.
Okay.
Sorry, there's one more dice. I didn't roll enough dice. Add another 2 damage to that.
Okay.
I also have to remember you guys are 3. Okay. That was its action because it used a breath attack. It cannot move because it is restrained. That brings us to Fearn. It's your turn. Jacquet, you're on deck.
I'm gonna cast Booming Blade, and I'm gonna swing at him with my sword again, in case he decides to run.
Go for it.
I got a 14. I'm gonna add the D4 from Bless.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 1 for that, which makes a 15, and then I could add a D6 from the Bardic Inspiration, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got another 1, so I'm up to 16.
That's not enough.
Well, I
Just
tried,
short.
folks.
Just short.
That's my turn.
As you swipe, you almost you take 3 swipes and they all miss. I know it's only 1 attack, but with all of the extra things, you go for 1 attack. And you're like, maybe with the blessing, and then maybe with the inspiration. All of them just skitter off of the ethereal hide. All right. Jacquet, you're up.
I'm gonna move up till I'm just within 30 feet of the monstrosity.
Yep, you just have to move up 5 feet.
All right. Now I have advantage. Still correct? Because he's restrained.
Correct.
Or did he get other restraint?
Nope, he's still
Okay.
restrained. Oh yeah, oh, he's gone.
Well,
Yeah.
should my tentacle have had advantage because it was restrained?
Everyone should have had advantage.
Everyone should have advantage.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
so your
I
tentacle
think
should
I
have
had
advantage. Fearn's attack should have been
That's
advantage
much
too.
better. I got a natural 20.
Ooh.
Okay, go ahead and
Oops.
roll
Oh,
damage.
Stupid trap. And just ran away. It's doing so much.
Remember,
13.
maximize
13
the
cold.
first dice.
Yep, 13 cold.
Okay, and then we'll get Fearin to roll again when he comes back. And maybe he'll get his inspiration dice back.
Oh. Even with advantage, that's a 12 to hit.
Yeah, that's not going to do it. Again, the bolt. This time the bolt, I'm going to say the bolt hits it. It just doesn't deal any damage. It just hits a
All right.
particularly bulbous part of it.
No, Sean, can you
All
make
right.
it miss? Can you make it miss for flavor?
Sure, it misses for flavor.
I want to do something.
Okay. The bolt flies right past flies right past it. Complete. You whiffed it.
All right, I'm going to move up 10 feet and throw a dagger at it.
Go for it. Nat 20?
There you go.
2 net 20s.
2 nat 20s.
Oh,
Holy
Hell
shit.
yeah.
Mythical.
Amazing.
So that is going to be...
Jacquet. Triple that damage.
Fuck yeah.
Oh shit.
So does that mean 2 max or
2 max, yeah.
1
2
max? Okay, so that would be
Very nice.
well, that automatically. So
Automatically
that's
8.
12, 3, 15. 15 from that,
Nice.
and then I'm gonna get 16 from sneak attack.
How do you want to do this?
Aw, hell yeah.
Yeah, so Jacques runs up, he fires with his hand crossbow and whiffs, and he's like, no, that wasn't right. And he walks a little closer and he's like, okay, let's do this. And he just hurls it, from the tip right into the side of this creature.
Mhm.
And it's it hits it right in the temple.
Okay,
And
as
ceremoniously.
as you do that, I need Fearn and Sass to give me dexterity saving throw.
Here we go.
Yeah, bless.
Oh no.
1d4 from
7.
Bless. 1d4 from Bless.
It's a 7 plus
Boy.
1 is an 8.
Oh my lord.
Dirty 20.
Oh no.
You make the save, Fearn.
Me too, right?
Nope.
And it works.
Sass. You're going to take 8 force damage
Okay.
and 6 lightning damage.
Oh. Okay.
Fearn, you
I
take
went to
half.
3 hit points.
So, Fearn, you'll take, what is that, half? That's 7 points total, Fearn.
Okay.
As the creature explodes in forceful blast, as well as a vast lightning surge that crackles through your bodies. Sass, you can feel it through every single inch of your body, to your fingertips, through to your hair, as you are sizzling with the smell of burnt hair and ozone.
Gross.
Um,
I'd like to
as
think
Sean
that it
sits
knocked me
down.
flat on my ass.
Oh,
So I'm now
absolutely.
on the
You got
ground,
blasted back.
Just splayed out. Oh.
Did it leave a heart behind or anything?
It does, but let me do something real quick.
Yeah, of course.
Jacquette,
Yes.
as you went to throw that dagger,
Mhm.
you missed with the crossbow, and you
Yes.
lunged out. There, as everything kind of slowed for a moment, and you focused. Felt all the luck surging through you as you throw that dagger, and it hits just right to deal the maximum amount of damage it ever could in any reality. And completely destroyed this monstrous raccoon. And as you do that, everything slowed as you watch this. And out of your sleeve, you don't even know how it got there, falls the 2 dice that you got on the airship on the way here. You just kind of watch them fall slowly through the air as they land perfectly on the ground, spinning. And they just keep spinning, and spinning, and spinning, and spinning. As everything kind of slows around you for a moment. Do you do anything? Everything
I
seems
think Jacques
moving an inch at a time.
would reach down to grab the dice.
When you grab them, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Christopher Nolan!
That's a 5.
You grab them, and as soon as you grab them, you feel kind of like a pang shoot through your body. And your heart feels like it stops for a moment. As everything goes black all around you. And for a moment, you hear the waves of the ocean. And you open your eyes, and you're just staring up at the sky, and you can see flapping in the wind is a dress on the mast of a makeshift raft. For a moment, you're trapped at sea again. No Sass, no Fearn. Just you on a raft that is slowly falling apart as you can feel the water rising around you. and then you go sink under. And you feel a woman's hand touch your cheek. Gently. And then she slaps you across the face underwater, and you wake up, and you see the explosion hit your friends, and all of the destruction all around. We're back.
Are the dice still there?
They are, but they've landed. They're both ones. Snake eyes.
All right, I'm gonna reacquire them. Or I think actually I'm gonna pick them up and just hold them in my hand.
You still feel attuned to them. But the ones stare back at you like eyes. As you feel a sense of dread, like bad luck is behind you, is in front of you. But everyone else is covered in elemental goo.
Yeah, I'm just laying like on the ground. I like to think that my sword disappeared as soon as I fell on my butt, and I'm just kind of laying there covered in elemental goo and just kind of relaxing for a second.
Bjorn doesn't waste time. He's searching through the pile of leftovers to uncover whatever this creature might have been holding, or the heart.
Yeah, you. It doesn't. No roll required. You know what you're looking for. You find one. You find a. You don't find the hearts that it consumed. Those seem to have been ingested into it. But you do find a larger calcified heart that is almost gem-like to the touch. And it has this prismatic color coming off of it, as if it is light shining through a prism. There's almost... anyone looking at Fearn right now would see, like, rainbows cascaded across his face in different circular kind of patterns. As you've found the prismatic heart of this raccoon shaman. But as far as you all can tell, any trace of the raccoon infestation is gone, save for the captured frost raccoon.
Yay!
How's my house looking?
Well, it's no longer on fire. But it's certainly... given that it is like about a month or so from winter, it's not a livable house for winter.
Oh God!
I mean, there's a whole. I mean, the southern wall is entirely blown out on the second floor. The front door is blown off its hinges. The back door has been ripped off to used in some ritual in the backyard. The stairs are completely shattered from the lightning raccoon that exploded. I mean, the kitchen is destroyed. The kitchen is utterly destroyed. With the amount of raccoons that exploded in there.
Just kind of like looking at all the damage and then walking through the house, looking into the like courtyard, or backyard rather. Kind of a little paranoid, just taking a look around to see if there's any other trace of like elemental raccoons anywhere. As you said, there seems to not be the case. And then slowly make his way to the yard to like inspect the shed where they were residing to see if there's anything else left in there that I need or want to get rid of.
Yeah, give me a investigation check.
Woo! 20 for 26.
Nice. Yeah, you are looking around, and the shed is fairly destroyed. The shaman raccoons seem to have been performing magic in there that was ripping it apart. Like it's burned in certain places, it's corroded in other places, it's frozen in some places. All of it's slowly dissipating away now. But you do find kind of like half spilled over is what looks like a bucket, like a mop bucket that has like woven like leaves on it, like just like the raccoon's charm that was around its wrist. And it is spilling out this like prismatic colored clearish liquid.
Do I know what it is, or have you any idea what it is?
Give me a nature check with advantage. While you're doing that, Stefan.
So I had searched the workshop, and I don't know if you'd resolved that investigation check. Did I actually find the scrap metal?
You did. Yes, you did.
Okay. So I think as Septimus is back here, Jacques would walk back, like following him, and happening upon this as like he's like going to investigate. Jacques just kind of takes out the scrap metal and goes, "Here's that scrap metal we were going to use as bait."
Septimus is kind of like homely fixed on this prismatic goop.
What'd you get in the nature check?
23.
Easy enough. This is clearly salvaged remains of a Vesson blot. And you had seen when you first found these raccoons here that you saw the lightning raccoon feasting on a Vesson blot that sank from the sky.
All right, yeah.
So this is like this is clearly just like a sample of Vesson blot that this raccoon had gathered.
Mm-hmm.
For anyone who doesn't know, Vesson blots are giant bubbles that float in the sky, and that is literally what they are. If you can imagine bubbles you would blow from a bubble toy, but like the size of a small whale up in the sky. And there's a little bit of it in this mop bucket that has been decorated by the shaman raccoon.
Finally realizing that's all it is, he'll reply to LaRue. Yeah, didn't go as quite as planned. But thank you for your services. As
of course.
He'll reach into his pocket and give him. I'll give him the whole 70 gold because he seems to be kind of like somewhat of the ringleader of the three. He's like, your payment as was promised. And kind of like
Thank you,
walking
my
past
friend.
him. Walking past him just to go see if we can find Bruce. Wherever
So
he is.
Did you just leave the bucket with the
Yes.
prismatic stuff? All right. I think Jacques is gonna pick it up, and did Septimus? He didn't take the scrap metal, did he? That I offered him.
I probably would have grabbed that from you.
Oh, okay.
Probably would grab that.
All right then. Carrying the bucket back, Jacques will go towards Fjern with it.
Fjern,
Septimus is. Oh, sorry.
just real quick, Fjern, I forgot to mention, in addition to the prismatic jeweled heart, it's a little bit broken in half, but the charm the shaman was using is on the ground still, if you wanted to grab that.
Yep, and I also wrote down that I picked up, well, I had the lightning poison heart, but I also picked up another poison heart, which was left behind from one of the raccoons I killed.
Yes, there's actually quite a few hearts laying on the ground for.
Oh, if you've been keeping track, let me know.
I have
because
actually. Yes,
basically, this whole time I've just been picking up all of them.
Yeah, I can give you all the hearts. I'll send you a message with all the hearts.
Okay. So this is a damage charm.
Yep.
Okay. And after I finish scavenging, I guess I'd probably want to see the backyard. Like I wanted to see what this squirrel is working on, but I'd assume that
Yeah, before you
LaRue
can
would
get back
come
there,
to me,
LaRue.
yeah.
LaRue would come out. But Sass, did you have something you wanted to say right before that
Yeah.
happens?
Yeah, so if Septimus is going to look for Bruce, when he's walking by, I'll have like sat up. And so I was like all splayed out, and now I'm sitting up, and I'm just kind of looking at your house, just being like, your house is fucked. Do you want some help rebuilding it?
I'm about to find out if what this is gonna cost me.
Well, just give me a few minutes to rest, and I can help pretty handy with repairs. Usually on boats, but how different are they really?
We kind of just keep walking.
Sounds good.
Yeah, Bruce, what are you up to?
Oh, so Bruce at this time, he after a couple moments went by, and he realized that the raccoon is not going to get out of its cage. He takes the rope that Fern threw on the ground, and he puts it in his bag of holding, and instead pulls out a rod, a nice metal rod, and he just, he's taking his time trying to like hook the top of the bird cage
Yeah.
with his rod.
It's while you're doing this,
And-
that Septimus walks up.
Hold on. There we go. There we go.
I completely forgot we left this one alive.
Yeah,
What?
isn't this what would dude.
I wasn't planning on keeping any alive, but since we managed to contain this one, maybe it is better to let Ilvana examine it. I have no use for this.
I would rather not keep it here for long. Don't really want it to get free, and might have the capability of doing such over time. When can we deliver this as soon as possible?
Well, first I wanted to get your opinion. You said you were a contractor, did you not?
I did. What?
Gonna need pretty good idea of what it's gonna run me to fix my stead up.
Oh, all right. I can assess your house and see what it would cost to fix it up. Now, to what extent are you trying to fix it up? Do you want to make it look nice on the inside? Like, are we just doing structural repairs?
As it was
As it
before
was.
this incident.
All right. Yeah, I can. Give me some time. Give me like a day or so, and I'll come up with a quote. Might even throw in a discount. I'll definitely throw in a discount.
Oh, I wasn't. Thank you, but I wasn't asking you to rebuild my house for me. It was just an idea of what it would cost, because I'm clearly gonna need to find a way of making some money.
Yeah, it's probably true. This is gonna cost you. Maybe this raccoon will sell for a pretty penny. Yeah, who knows? Not enough. I'll tell you that much.
I'm sure Dovana would give something generous, but I just want to be rid of this thing.
All right. And look, I haven't done an assessment of the house. So I have no idea what it looks like. But it's gonna take a while, probably to.
When you have a moment, because we've been traveling for quite a while, I'm sure everybody just wants to rest for a bit, especially after the fight.
Yeah, after the fight, yeah.
I'll see what. There's not much left of the kitchen, but whatever's left, maybe I can whip something up for everybody.
A scoop of that jam would do just fine.
Septimus just kind of nods his head and makes his way back to the house.
Bruce,
Septimus. Go ahead.
sorry. Bruce finds like something in the backyard that he could just kind of prop the rod with the hanging bird cage.
Yeah,
just so
you
it's like
can-
invisible distance from the house, but also not in the house.
Yeah, you Bruce, you're crafty enough that you could whip together a makeshift gibbet for this this raccoon that's hanging out back now.
Sorry, I'm also
go
gonna
ahead.
take a minute to cast snare underneath the bird cage as well,
It's a good call. It's a good call.
so it lasts indefinitely. So
Yeah, absolutely.
using the rope that Fern gave him.
Totally. You're able to set up this elaborate prison for this frost raccoon, so that you can feel comfortable enough to relax again, and start investigating the house. Septimus, you go into the pantry to see what's left.
I guess I'll say before I do that, actually, I'll make my way to where the big raccoon was killed.
Sure.
And if Fearn's still there,
Pee on his
approach
pad.
him.
Yeah, I'll say it's right as Fearn was walking. All of this is happening kind of at once. It's right as Fearn was about to walk up into the house to go to the back. You catch him right before he leaves. Actually, I imagine you catch him while he's picking up the remaining hearts in front of the house.
Right. I think LaRue was there too, right? Everybody's there?
Yeah, actually, I'll say, yeah, you all kind of meet here as LaRue's heading towards Fearn, and actually, no, LaRue was heading towards him first. I'll say, LaRue, you get to Fearn first, and then Septimus, you'll approach when their conversation is towards its end. So, LaRue, you step through the house. You see out front, you can see Fearn is slowly moving through and finding each of the individual hearts of the raccoons amongst the material around.
Dropping the bucket unceremoniously next to Fjern, I go, "You might want to add this to your collection. Septimus found it out back. Seems the big guy was doing something with this material. I don't know. Thought you could make more sense out of it."
I guess I could understand the same things about it that, you would have from first glance. And I think, well, I have no idea what this can be used for, but I'll carry it if it'll sell. And I kind of just take the bucket and I throw it, I put it, attach it to my pack.
At the mention of sell, Jacquet goes, "Don't forget my finder's fee." And speaking of fees, he reaches into the coin purse that Septimus got him, and he takes out 23 silvers and hands them to Fjern.
I think I'm on the ground next to him or like nearby. So if you want to hand over my cut as well.
Do you
I'll
put
just-
your hand up?
You know what?
Yeah.
As I hear you, as I hear you doling out, I'll just kind of like, I'll put my hand up.
And I walk over and place 23 silver in Sass's hand.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's as they're
Oh, don't thank
divvying up.
me. You both did admirably in this fight.
Seemed
Yeah.
easier than some seagulls.
Piece of cake.
Well,
I had a lot of fun. I say
guess
with
that's
a
all that
menacing
matters.
grin.
Yeah, as Sass took no damage for most of the fight, but then
It's just
And got
covered
blown
in
up.
goo, literally. Just, but she's like still in like really good spirits. Like, it's fine.
Septimus, you walk up to the trio just as they're finished handing out the.
Would I have ever noticed the talisman that the big guy was holding?
I'm not trying to hide it, so it would probably be like in my. I'm probably got it wrapped around my arm or something while I'm carrying a bundle of other stuff.
Yeah, you would have noticed it while the fight was happening.
Would I recognize a symbol on it at all?
Give me a nature check with advantage.
Thank you. 16.
Yes, you would. Given your history, you would recognize it as a very crude version of a storm rune, a rune to represent the elemental power of the storm. That carved into what appears to be, just literally detritus from your backyard. They found some plank of wood, carved this into it, and wove plants and other things around it.
Okay. All right. With that knowledge, then, I'll just make a general. Happy to find anything. That's not the voice. Happy to find anything else on the corpse of that beast that might enlighten why or where it came from. Gesturing towards Fern, obviously.
Yeah, Fearn kind of squints at him, but says, I expect some evidence will show up eventually. I did find this, and I pull the charm off my arm and like hold it out to him.
Yes. I noticed that during the fight as well. Not sure what's the relation that these things have to the storm yet, but we still have the frost one. I just remembered now.
Oh yes, my new buddy.
Well, I was hoping maybe we could take that to Dovana. She did offer a price to capture one of these things alive.
Well, that doesn't seem fair. I mean, I was the one who caught it, right? I scratch my head.
In Bruce's birdcage, yes.
Well, I'll take it from the birdcage. He's a good friend of mine. I'm sure that he wouldn't mind now that his master, the big one's gone. I could be the new raccoon king of this village.
I don't think
No.
the raccoon town is really thriving anymore.
I am the new alpha raccoon. You can't stop me.
Okay. You do that, friend.
I smile and I go off to pick up the raccoon.
Well, it's hanging in a cage out back.
Well, yeah, I'm gonna go get the cage with the raccoon in it.
Okay. Well, when you go
Make a
to find the
dexterity
cage,
save.
it is hanging above a trap off of a gibbet.
Oh, this is elaborate. Maybe I'll just come back later.
Fear, and I will say, when you are back there looking at the raccoon, you do notice you don't. There's not necessarily anything to investigate, but given your proclivities to the elemental spirits, you do see and feel the dissipation of elemental spirit from the shed that the shaman raccoon was in. Like as the ice melts, as the lightning ceases arcing, as the fires smolder out, there is some spirit that leaves this place.
I think from just feeling the presence of the spirit, whether it coming or going, it sends Fearin into a sort of respectful tone, and he just puts one hand to his chest and looks down and does a quick prayer in Abyssal, something like, onwards and upwards, I believe. Be free, kind spirit. Leave your wrath behind.
And it's at this point that Septimus, you go into your pantry to see if you can find anything left of your food after these raccoons have been ravaging it for what seems like a month at this point.
Void berries.
Give me an investigation check.
17.
All right. You find that about 90% of your store of food has been sacked by these raccoons over the
That
last
makes sense.
couple weeks. You search and search, and you all hear as you all kind of come into the house and like grab a broken chair and lean it up against the wall and find some semblance of a dining room table to sit at. You hear Septimus in the other room just thrashing through what's left. And Septimus, you find there's one preserve jar left that just has enough Avenirian voidberry jelly at the bottom that the raccoon just couldn't fit its hand all the way in to get. It's enough to give everyone... It would be enough, basically, to put a little teaspoon of Avenirian void jelly on a ration each for everyone. Or, of course, you can keep 5 servings of Avenirian void jelly for yourself.
No, he's not terribly selfish, but you'll hear him like have an audible as he pulls out this jar. It's like, I was almost certain that they'd have all of this. It's my favorite. As he'll divvy it up, but it's all I have. And give it to everybody.
You're too kind, friend. What exactly is it?
So this is voidberry jelly, grown in the northern parts of the island here. Delicious to the.
It's fucking good. Have some.
Sass already finished hers. Much appreciated.
Mike, roll me a d6.
So little one.
Everyone gets 1 temporary hit point from the Avenirian void jelly.
Woohoo!
Wow.
We'll probably lose it very quickly when we take a long rest.
But it is very delicious, and it is got it's actually very similar to the spice that the two of you got on the dock the previous day, in the way that it is just sort of a whirlwind of flavors, and it really invigorates you. It's for all of you, it feels like you just took like a 5-hour energy. When you
could say it's out of this world.
Oh.
I imagine Septimus somehow like got that into the conversation.
Don't understand what you mean.
Well, it's actually quite interesting. The berry itself gets its name because where they are cultivated in the northern parts have traces of little tears between the material plane and the void, and they actually pluck them out of this world.
Oh, I understand now. Clever.
As I imagine, like, you look over to Fearin or Sass, and you're all like, okay, this guy's I don't know how together he is.
Doesn't know what racoons are.
But
Fearn's like not paying attention. He's like, "How many did you get?" to Saz.
She's licking her fingers.
as the camera pans up
Yeah.
above the smoldering ruins of Septimus's homestead, as the above the tree line for the midsummer's day, as you have successfully completed your first quest.
And you just hear in the background, "You mind if we spend the night here? Can we crash?"
Excellent. And that is where we'll call it for tonight. And we will jump back in next week to see what our companions will do next. Crash
Will
in
they
Septimus's
level up?
hole in the wall.
Warehouse. We're going in the warehouse.
Yeah, that's the only secure
Yeah, the
place.
only
It's the
thing
only
that's,
place with a
like,
door
secure.
left.
Yeah, right.
We'll see. Yes, we will return to see what their next steps are. And in Adrift in Aldhalor, they have a captured frost raccoon. They have divvied up their 70 silver amongst the trio who were contracted. And we'll see what happens next. Thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Apologies for the technical difficulty that happened randomly there. We will see you all next week. We're going to send a raid on over to Geekly Inc. Let's go ahead and give them some love from Paradice. And we will see you all next
Boom.
week.
Boom. Boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Boom.
Exactly.
Love.
Boom,
All that
boom,
love.
boom.
I want Stefan in my room so we can be together.
And on that, good night.
Yeah.